Hi, I'm Hardeep Rupra. I'm the Deputy Head at Edison Primary School. We've officially started last year, but we have had a relationship before COVID actually, a long-standing relationship with Chris and Reese, and once they've established themselves, we've brought them into our fully fledged school because we've been growing every year. We are in our 8th year as an academy, and we felt it was a time to get Let's Leap in and take that next jump. So Grant's been with us since September, and he has joined us just like every other member of staff. He took part in our first day inset, which was on behaviour and our Edison Ethos, and I could really see that he was buying into what we were selling here, and that makes him a part of our team as well as part of Let's Leap's team as well. So a vested interest on both parts, and listens one step ahead of the game, always thinking about the children, their needs, behaviour, what works, and then thinking about how that supports learning, which is our bread and butter. And being a PE teacher, there are no kind of boundaries of what he can and cannot do, and I think that's really important. And I think one of the main things, we've had an athletics competition. He does go to another school. We haven't fully got him here yet, but I'm working on it. He's taking ideas from other schools and applying them for the children of our school and how we can do really well in competitions, and that's really important to us. So on a kind of tier 3 level for sport impact, down to just basics where children take part and having those basic skills. And he has that vision alongside myself, which is really important with my own PE background. I think it's really important to children to have the skill set to take part in the first place. And as a new growing school, obviously maybe in more established schools you've already had that set up, but for us I think that is really important. He's already asked me today, we've got loads of competitions coming up, so that just shows how invested he is in the PE and the competitive sport for our children. So obviously because he's been invested here on the first day of the Edison way in terms of behaviour, our Paul Dix approach, our 4 rules, we only have 4 rules, he understands what it means for children to be ready to learn. And frequent conversations that him and I have is about, he's concerned about a certain child, how they are in a lesson and how he can get them engaged. Because there's no point, we don't feel as a school, where children are just made to do something. If they're not ready to do it, they're dysregulated, they're not ready to learn. And that goes for all lessons, but PE is one of those lessons, either children all want to be there, or you've got the children who just don't want to be there for whatever reason, because it can be overload. Some children find difficult, competitive element can be difficult for children. So it's really catering and understanding each class, each year group, even each child, which I felt he's done, over the course of this term. There's been some difficult days for both of us, and he's come to me, and I've stood back this week, and he's taken part this week where he's made children take part in a fun activity where he set it up all on the playground, and I was like, shall we do the whole year group? Shall we do a class? And successfully watching from outside of my window that they're all taking part, they are all engaged in what makes them feel comfortable, and that is really crucial as a person, a PE lead and a PE person, to understand that, because PE isn't just about sitting at a desk and doing something off of a board. It's actually engaging all children at different levels, and that does take a lot of understanding of how children work and what works for them best. And I think Grant is really building that capacity alongside understanding what behaviour looks like for us in school. And dare I say it is Christmas, and touch wood, it's very calm this week. So I think it's been a really successful term with having Grant here, and I know with the Let's Leap team they really buy into our vision, and that's why we work really well as a partnership. So we started clubs camps, should I say, last year. So it's been a whole full year. Really successful to see the community coming in. So we obviously don't just have children from Edison, we have children from neighbouring schools and neighbouring homes as well. And one child who came to our camp has also joined our school, who's got various aspects that they need in terms of their learning. And they have started, and because they've been to the school, it's like they already know what the school's about. And I think that is a good case study for us as a camp, working, with Let's Sleep and as a school, that we have that partnership, because it does open the door for us as a school to say, look, this is our school, and parents might be considering, for whatever reason, that they want to come to Edison, and it gives a really good scope for Let's Sleep to promote that. And camps are really important for working parents, and knowing the days that Let's Sleep provide, it isn't just the 9 to 3, it is the, dare I say it, 9 to 6. And that's really crucial for parents who work far away, and some of our parents do, and some who just need a break. But it's a good competitive price. I've seen the activities they provide. They've got go-karts, they've got the zoo coming in, and it really entertains the children, because where other camps may do niche things or just one aspect, Let's Sleep cover a whole host of things. So it's kind of catering to everyone's needs. So you can be creative, sporty, there's a bit of learning going on in there, and then there's a bit of fun. And that is really important. I feel that as a parent myself, it's really important that, if you're going to send your child to a club, that they have everything, because they do get bored and they do need to be entertained. And I think Sleep have really kind of carved out a good niche there. So knowing Chris, before he started this venture, he always had a niche way of doing things, and he was sold to me as a Ferrari, because we were looking for a really strong PE teacher. And when he did enter that school, he definitely was. And I could see that he wasn't going to be doing that for long. So really pleased that he started this. And obviously he always talked about, having a prodigy, and that's Reese. But between the two of them, even when they were, building this from the ground up, and us as a school having our finger in the pie, but maybe not completely, as a partnership, always seeing what Let's Sleep were up to, what they were doing, how they were building their brand and working for the community. And that really appealed to us as a school. And, the ethos that both Reese and Chris have, it's about giving back. Obviously, it is a business, and that's really important, but working to serve children and the community, especially the West London community. I know that they're branching out further, but it just shows that the fact that they are branching out, how they are adapting and listening to the schools that they work with and what they need. If we need a Santa is provided. If we need cover because we need to go to a competition, we're supported. If we need a fun day, we have kit that's provided to us. And it's not for us, it's for the children at the end of the day. It all goes back to them. And I think that's really important, because ultimately the whole reason why any of us are in education is about the children and what we can give to them. And especially in the climate that we're living in, where, things are difficult for families. There's a charge and there's a cost, but sometimes the over and above, which is what, we believe in as a school, is really listened to on Let's Sleep's part, and they do go over and above, and that's why, again, we work really well. In terms of communication, they are on an email, they're on WhatsApp, they are there literally on your beck and call. If we need something, which we rarely ever do, because things are so well organised that you don't need to keep calling the team. But if you have, something that occurs to you, or, oh God, we didn't think of that, then that is sorted out and dealt with as quickly as possible. And, just working with the team, they're very good at getting across it. If we have a different coach coming in terms of, safeguarding procedures, all of that is shared very quickly. And that's really important for a school, because sometimes, things do change, and if that communication isn't shared, then it becomes a bit difficult, because you're not going to get past the front door, let alone, with the children. So I think that's really important, that we do have an open door policy. Not physically, because they're not here, but their phones are readily available. And I think the world that we live in, you can send a message, and Talking of communication, somebody responds on the other end. The level of professionalism and understanding what children need, not them selling a outfit. So, this person's going to come in and do this. We'd expect that anyway. I think that's really important, but it's about understanding what the children need and what your community needs. And that's what Let's Sleep they're about. They're not the hard sell. We invited them to come and speak to our prospective reception parents. And, they came and said, look, we do camps, we do after school clubs, and, we're there teaching in schools. And parents were pretty impressed that, we are working with Let's Sleep in that capacity. And I think that's really important, that since, the last 10 years, you've got a lot of outfits out there selling PPA, clubs, camps, all the rest of it. But the people that they provide don't always understand a school, and it's not even a school, they don't understand children, and that is really crucial. And I think that's where, with Chris and Reese and their background of having teaching, worked in schools for many years and kind of done that legwork, if you like, they understand that if you're going to have an individual teaching in a camp, in a club, in school, they need to know what children are about, and that is what Let's Sleep essentially is.